my name's Shannon and this is Andrew, and I'll be showing you in this video how to wash diapers with a washboard, a plunger, soap, and your bathtub. Okay, so before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit that you need to know about hand washing diapers. I want to say the most important thing to remember is making sure you have the right soap and to know your water hardness, because it doesn't matter how you wash it. If you don't have your water prepped right, it won't work. Another thing you should know is rinses. You always wring and pull diapers out first and then drain the water, because you don't want everything that you've pulled out of the diapers in your rinse to go right back in. So those are the two most major things I can think of. And trial and error. It's going to take some practice, it's going to take some arm work, and it's going to take some endurance. So I'm going to go ahead and start washing diapers, and I hope you will enjoy this. It's very relaxing once you get used to it, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm starting to wash my cloth diapers, and what I do is overnight, or when they soil, I don't let them sit long when I hand wash. I put them in a bucket of cold water with a little bit of Foca in it and just pump a little bit so the enzymes can start doing their work. So what I'm doing now is my first rinse. I like to do a first rinse with cold water and maybe a quarter of the amount of Foca it recommends, so it's between 1/8 of a cup and 1/4 of a cup. And then I like to scrub some extra poop out just to make sure. So I'll show you what I'm doing now, and then I will go ahead and go do the next cycle, which is your hot wash. Hi, so we're going to go ahead and do our first rinse. What I have here is my diapers, and like I showed you in the first video, and I'm going to go ahead and try to find, say, a poopy diaper. Generally, here we go. This is one of my workhorses, and this is actually from last night. He got a little bit on there, and there's a little bit of diaper cream. Now, before I go ahead and wash it, I'm going to scrub a little bit to get a little extra poop off. You can just put it on there and you scrub. I don't do soap besides the Foca in my rinse, because there's going to be a lot of soap in your wash. So as you see, the poop's already starting to come out. I didn't do this portion here yet, so I'm going to go up close so you can really see it. There's a really nasty there. Now, if a little bit's left, it's really not that big of a deal, because you're going to be using soap on the next one. And as you see, it comes right out. So that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to find my poopy ones, and I'm going to scrub them, squeeze all the water out, and then I'm going to put them in a bucket right next to me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to come back and show you how I start my wash. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go on to the wash. I like to use Foca. It's very cheap detergent, has enzymes, is great for hand washing. You use, according to the bag, 1/2 cup for every 10 liters. I probably use just a little bit under that because I find it's a very great soap. You can use 1/2 cup if you need to, or add a little more if it's extra soiled. But if it's extra soiled, I like to add washing soda because it helps the Foca work. Now what we're doing next is we got our water here. This is as hot as you can get it. You don't have to worry about touching your water quite yet. The next step is to go ahead and put your diapers inside the water. And this is after I rinsed and scrubbed some of the diapers in the cycle, and then put them into this bucket. I don't have very many today. And then you take your plunger. Mine is just a regular old bathroom plunger that I took a 1/4-inch bit into a drill and drilled some holes in there. And then you just sit there and you irrigate it. I like to do this for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I like to let the diapers sit for a little bit, and about 1 hour to 2 hours, to let the soap really get into these diapers and the water really does the work. And then what I do is I pump every now and then through those times, and then I come back. So I'm going to go ahead and irrigate my water really well, and then once that's done, I will let it be in soak, and I will come back and show you how to scrub your diapers with Zote soap and the washboard, and how clean it gets your diapers. Hi again. So we're going to go ahead and start scrubbing our diapers. So what I have here is my white Zote soap. I love using this on whites. It's excellent on wipes. If you have some really bad stains, Fells and Apple works really good on those, and the pink Zote is better for regular clothing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my washboard and I'm going to put it in here, make sure there's room, like so. Make sure I can see you guys. And then I'm going to take, let's see, what is this one? Here's a flat, and as you can see, there's some diaper cream on there. This is a cloth-safe diaper cream, I hope. My husband has doing some of this. I'm going to take this, I'm going to go ahead and just wet the bar. And I like to set my soap in here when I'm done. And you don't need a lot of soap. You just go down, and then I like to flip it over and do it again. And then I just sit there and I scrub. Now with washboards, you need to be careful about not missing your edges. So you should take your edges and just really make sure you get them. And then I go back and I find where spots were. And I just sit there and scrub those spots out. And as you can see, when I showed you before, there was a lot. And it's starting to come out. It takes a little bit of work. But they come out really easy. Just add a little more soap and just scrub them. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do this. And then when I find this poopy diaper, I will also show you poopy. Thank you. Alright, so I just got done doing this wipe. So I'm going to squeeze it out and go ahead and put it in the bucket. And then next up is one with a little bit of poop and diaper cream. So I'm going to go ahead and just scrub this real fast, this portion, and show you how clean it comes out. So you just sit there and you do your regular soap all over, and then you take your bar and you really put it on the poopy part. And then you sit there and you scrub it like you would do to everything else, but you just sit there and you really scrub on that spot. And it may take a couple times, and if you hear my daughter come in, it's because she's crabby. Yes, baby, I'm washing diapers. Now look, you see how well that's coming out? It obviously needs a little bit more scrubbing. So I'm going to go back and like keep going. Keep going. And I like to do the poopy spots first, and then I do the whole diaper, just so I can make sure I get all the spots. So there you go. The poop stain has come out. There's a little bit left, and I'll go back after I dump it one more time. I do that now. And then I'll go and I'll put more soap. This poopy diaper sat for a couple days. That's why it's a little harder to get out. Flip it over. Just sit here and rinse it, and no more stains. So that's how you do this, and you just wring it out after you're done and throw it in. I'm not done with this diaper yet. I'm just going to put it on here and take care of her. And then you just keep doing that until you're done washing all your diapers. Okay, so next we had questions about how washboard and POL works. It's exactly the same. The way the washboard works is it's basically your agitator. So your agitator in your washing machine does this. This one you can kind of, oh, this spot's delicate. I'm not going to scrub it as hard right now. Just scrub it longer. So it kind of makes it last a little longer. And I'm going to go ahead and show you on my flip cover in Einstein, I think it's called, or Albert. And I'll go ahead and show you the POL side first. It's the same thing. You just put some soap on it. A little soap goes a long way. And you just scrub it. Now, the snaps, they won't snag because there's absolutely no holes in my washboard whatsoever. And then you just take it and you wring it out, just like any other ones. And while I have you here, I just want to explain kind of how the washboard works and how the dirty water gets out and such. The grooves actually catch all the water and it puts it all down, so it doesn't put it back in your diaper. It does put it back in your tub, however, but that's not much of a worry because once you rinse it, you're going to get all that extra soap and extra yuckiness out. And then you'll do a second rinse, which should get rid of everything, and you should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish scrubbing all my diapers, and then I'll show you how to do the first and second rinse. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do rinses. I'm just going to show you one rinse. You do the same exact rinse for however many rinses you need. I typically do two because the first one's going to get all your soap out and it's going to make your water look kind of dingy, kind of soapy, but that's okay because the way soap works, it surrounds your oils and your dirt and it separates it from the diaper so it won't go put back in. So for this, what I do is I fill the bathtub with cold water and then I take out my trusty little I guess agitator, self-made agitator, and I make sure to rinse this before I use it on my rinse cycle. I rinse it after every use. So I can sit there and I'm just going to agitate it for a little bit. And it doesn't really take a lot of agitation. I like to agitate for a couple minutes, but I'm just going to stop here so I can show you what I do next. Next, what I do is I take, you know, one of the things, I just wring it out. And when I've done the right amount of agitation, I just go ahead and throw it in the bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I hope this helps with your videos. If there's any questions, just let me know.